Here's a quick guide for Turai Ossa in the Queen's Gauntlet, held during the Festival of the Four Winds in the Crown Pavilion. For the build, I'm mostly in Celestial gear with a few Ritualist pieces. Since I primarily play Spectre on this toon, the staff is Marauder just because it's what I had laying around. For the trinkets, again, a mix of Celestial and Ritualist. For specializations, I went with a Daredevil build with its extra dodges, and acrobatics being the key. Expeditious Dodger grants swiftness on dodging, which will enable you to easily evade most or all of Turai's early attacks. Vigor will recover endurance faster, providing more dodges. Vigorous Recovery grants vigor on using your heal, and Feline Grace grants vigor on evade. Turai's sword attacks stun, so in case you do get caught by one, Hard to Catch will give you an extra stun break that will also refill your endurance bar. Endless Stamina improves vigor, again for more dodges. And Don't Stop is a great Red Hot Chili Peppers song. It also removes movement impairing conditions on gaining swiftness and reduces their effects while you have swiftness. Critical Strikes is a typical part of any power DPS spec for Thief. I chose Assassin's Fury over the other two choices because we're only using Signet of Shadows, which only benefits from Signets of Power when we kill a foe. And Twin Fangs gives questionable benefit since we're not likely to be above 90% health during the meaningful part of the fight. In retrospect, I think this still is actually the better choice, since we're able to benefit from the improved crit chance by flanking Turai whenever we break his Defiance bar. The next three traits give typical damage buffs common to power DPS specs. Invigorating Precision is arguably the most impactful choice here, since in the end phase when you are trying to burn Turai down, this trait will heal you on crits, which will help keep you standing. In Daredevil, I chose Escapist's Fortitude for a bit of extra healing on evades. I didn't feel the extra health would be that impactful, and we don't really need Brawler's Tenacity. Since we have so much vigor, which helps keep our endurance bar full, I chose Staff Master over the more typical Havoc Specialist. Unhindered Combatant again provides swiftness on dodge and removes movement impairing conditions. Since we get Expeditious Recovery for free with Acrobatics, you might choose Bounding Dodger instead for the extra damage, in which case you might also take Havoc Specialist for the burn down phase of the fight. I preferred to make sure I didn't run out of swiftness. For slot skills, I chose Withdraw for my heal, both because of its low recharge time and for its evade. Signet of Shadows improves our base movement speed when we don't have swiftness, and also can be used to place some debilitating conditions on Turai, though I didn't use it for that during this fight. Haste provides quickness, fury, and swiftness, as well as being a stun break with relatively low recharge time. Impairing Daggers will be our primary source of Defiance bar damage. Thieves Guild gives Turai targets to fight other than you, and also provides additional CC and damage. I particularly want to point out Dust Strike, which gives you another source of CC, blind, and can be used to keep Turai's attacks from hitting you, and also Weakening Charge, which is another source of Defiance bar damage, and inflicts weakness, again making your foe's attacks less effective against you. And now for the fight.
Time to do some real damage.
Exactly.
Make it quick.
You know this superstar by now. Let's hear it!
The first part of the fight, Turai has two buffs, one that makes him do insanely high damage, and another that makes him take essentially no damage. For this first phase of the fight, you will want to kite and evade his attacks, using your dodges and heal to evade judiciously. Be sure to save a dodge for the upcoming phase change. After about 35 seconds, Turai will move to the center of the arena, at which point he will throw his shield at you. Dodge this attack, or else in all likelihood the fight is over. Then immediately use your CC to break his Defiance bar. At this stage of the fight, I used my Thieves Guild, but I think it would have been much better saved for the last phase of the fight when you're burning Turai down. Once his stun wears off, he will start attacking and chasing you around the ring again. Fade as before. After just a few of these, he will again move to the center of the ring, this time throwing his sword at you. Evade and CC him as before. At this point, both of his buffs are gone, and he will start attacking you with his fists. He still hits pretty hard, but not nearly as hard as with his sword. Now is your chance to burn him down, evading his attacks as necessary. That's pretty much all there is to this fight.
Our challenger better wrap things up quick.
Feel the fury. Bam!
Not much time left. Can our challenger make it?
Barely.
You know this superstar by now. Let's hear it.